Hi guys, good morning. Good morning. Hi. So it's Sunday morning. Hi. Hi Gimbro. Hi. It's Sunday morning, guys. And is there something strange that happens to me on Sundays? Like Sunday, Saturday, for some reason, my body clock just wakes me up 5 o'clock in the morning. But then when it's Monday, time to go to school, my body clock tells me to stay in bed. So I've been up since 5 o'clock contemplating what do I do? Do I read a book? Do I sketch? Or do I go back and do my assignments? Hi, game bro. Hi. Hi. Oh, you're still sleepy. Hi, Thomas. Thomas Osborne. Hi. Yeah, guys, I'm wide awake. Like my eyes is just like popping up. Like, so I just decided to come here and just do my assignment to start with. Not really assignments. So on Friday, our teacher gave us some surprise tests, kind of like we call it proof. And Yeah, so that was such a surprise. So she said we could not use our mobile phone. And Yeah, so it felt like everything I've been studying just went out of the window. So I made her mark mine before I left, because some of us didn't finish. So she says that those people that didn't finish, you can bring it on Monday. But because I know I will be tempted to use my mobile phone, so I decided to get her to mark it. So she marked it, and the ones I didn't finish, she says you can go home and do it. So yeah, so this was what she marked. I literally just brought it out from my backpack, like my book, everything. I just threw it into my backpack, and that was it on Friday. So this was what she gave us. Look, guys, it's like papers and papers of test, which is good because she kind of like summary of everything we've been doing. And so yeah, so this is all what we did on Friday surprise exam or test or whatever they call it. So I just wanted to come here and just refresh my brain. So the first one we did was all those. Okay, so I'm just going to read out, and just feel free to say hi or just watch me do my go through my test paper. So it's so much, guys. It's so much. Anyway, but it's good. It's good practice. So it says scrive rat odd in many yena. So the first one, so she says to write the right order in many yen, right? So many yen, I'm sorry. So hey, hi Mike. Hey Humudu, good morning. Hi Mike, good morning. Jag studerar nu idag söndag. Min ögon är open wide. Men imorgon måndag tid to skolan. Min ögon är sova. Så nu jag vaknar upp klockan fem på jag vaknar upp klockan 5, så jag tycker kanske jag ritar, för jag gillar att rita, så jag ritar mycket och jag studerar, så jag tycker okej, jag studerar första, den efter jag ritar. Så fredag jag ritar hund, så ett år sedan jag börjar rita. So jag lär who to read on YouTube. So I've been studying like I've been watching people draw, and I've been drawing. So it was between doing my assignment or drawing. So the last sketch that I did was on Friday. So I said, okay, let me do my kind of review my test from Friday, and then afterwards I do some drawing. So yeah, thanks Mike. So yeah, so I drew this dog in honor of Tage. There's a dog that actually helped me conquer my fear of dogs, my mother-in-law's dog. So yeah, so I drew this dog based on that, and we've been doing quite a lot, Mike. So I've got like my life replays that I've been sharing all my drawings journeys. I've been doing my sketches live. So it was between doing my drawing this morning and doing my assignment. So I was like, okay, let me do my assignment first. So these are some of the things I've been drawing, and everything I draw real in real time. So I don't do a trial before I kind of like do it. So I literally come live and then we try it out together. So basically what I do is I try out tricks and hacks that anyone says is easy for beginners, so people don't have to. So yeah, so this is some of the things that I've been doing, Mike, because I know you're new on here. So yeah, so later on today, after dinner, sorry, after breakfast, I'll come and I'll sketch something. So we've been doing quite a lot of sketch, Mike, and I do have them on my live replay. So we did like a marathon. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mike. And to think that a year ago I never knew I could draw. So I picked up the pencil last year. I drew Tom and Jerry in class, and then I was like, wow, so I can actually draw. And ever since then I've been drawing. So, but the good thing is that I've been doing them live, so that way I kind of like don't give up, because I remember when I started drawing, I give up halfway, but now I kind of do them live because I know that seeing as people are watching me, I'm forced to like continue. So these are some of the things, Mike, that we've been doing. So for Halloween, I did unusual animals like octopus, I did spiders, I did so much, and everything was all live. Like, so yeah, so I did hands as well. We did some optical illusions with hands. Oh, thank you so much, Mike. Oh, you've been subscribed. But I think you don't I don't usually see you when I come live. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I don't think I've seen you for a while then. Because like I do come live, but I tend to not know when I'll come live, because sometimes when I come back from school, I'm so tired that I just, do my assignment and do all the stuff. So yeah, well, thank you, thanks, Mike. So yeah, we've been doing quite a lot. We've done flies, we've done slough. Oh, you changed your name. That's probably why then. That's probably why, because I now haven't seen this name. Oh, thanks for the subs. Thanks. So yeah, we've done oxyloti, we've done eyes, we've done quite a lot of things. We've done chameleon, we've done pizzas, and you know one funny thing that I've discovered. So 4 days ago, I showed my niece and my nephew, they're twins. I showed them my sketch, and ever since then, every day they're calling me to say, Auntie, can you show me all your sketches again? And yesterday, I actually promised to call them back and show them my sketch, but I went to IKEA, and by the time I came back, it was too late. So today, when they wake up, I will be showing them the sketch. So every day they call me to say, Auntie, can I see all your sketches? And they're like 5 years old. So they keep, like, when I show them this, they say banana, they say hole in a paper. It's so nice. They're so excited to find out that I can actually sketch. Oh, Skibby Doodle. Ah, okay, yeah. Now I remember you. Yeah, because I know I used to struggle to pronounce the name Skibby Doo Doo Doo, Skibby Doo Doo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh, hi. So yeah, so I've been doing quite a lot of sketches. And Scooby Doo, you've probably seen some of them, because now I remember your name. Yeah, Scooby Doo. Yeah, I remember you now. So yeah, so that's some of the things I've been doing. So but now I just need to like do my hem and for all my assignments or my test. So I need to review it, and then later on today we'll do some sketches. So let me not get distracted with the sketch thing. Oh, it's nice to see you on here again. Hopefully I remember this name now. Mike Hawk Slowbro. Mike Hawk Slowbro. Maybe I'll just say Mike then, right? Okay, so yeah, so let me just go through this, because tomorrow I have to take it back to school and I have to show my teacher again. So you can see she actually marked the ones that I passed, because I wanted her to do this so that I don't go home and go and cheat with the phone or something. So I was like, please, ma'am, just check it out. So she says, it says, write scrive rat odd in many yenan. Mina exam, this is the example, bita ut yo o eta tomate. So bita ut is change, right? To change. So that's the right word for this sentence. Okay, I'll just call you Mike. So yeah, so that's the I like the fact that when they give you an exam or a test, they give you an example so that that way you refresh your memory. When I was growing up, when we do write exams, they don't give you example before you then do it. They just give you all the questions and ask you to do it. So so the first one I did was Empiga, so that's a maid. So but it says dash va en unga flica e la quina som yepet til I hu hus husolet. That helps it with household, right? Ah, okay. So yeah, so I do like this though, but then it's just strange because like my teacher actually does not tell us when we are having exams or proof. She just shows up. Like some Fridays, you think you're there just a relaxing Friday, and then bam, she just brings out papers. But to be honest, I like what she did because even though I've been doing like look at my book, right? So every time I go on our online portal, I've been doing lots of like lessons there. So we call it Linus. So it's an online portal where you can go and study. So you can see all these is things that I've been studying. And it's strange though, because when I study, so like when you go online to like do a work, I tend to write everything down, even the questions and the answers. So when they says read this, like the title was like read the statistics and then answer. Guess what I do? I write everything down. So it takes me longer. No, I grew up in Stu Britannia in England, but I was born in Nigeria in West Africa. But I moved to Stu Britannia when I was in my teens. So yes, I've been in Stu Britannia for all of the better part of my life, and then we moved to Sweden in 2022. So yeah, I grew up in England. So yeah, so I write down everything and then I then write the questions and answer. So something that could take normal people 30 minutes to do takes me like a whole day, because I think for some reason I think that whenever I write things down, I understand things more. If I just read it without writing every single thing, I don't think I will understand it. So even in class, guys, when my teacher is like writing, even little scribbles she writes on the blackboard, I have to write it down. If I don't write it down, I'll probably forget. And I think it also helps me with spelling, because like when I was younger, I have like a photographic memory. I think I still have it now. So, like, because I studied sciences in school, so I used to be able to cram my whole physics textbook. So, I think that just went with me how I study, is that everything has to be photographed. So, that's why sometimes when I write, you would think I'm writing from a script, like I could basically just copy something, for example ChatGPT says, and I literally word for word I'll be able to write everything down. But then after writing it down, I may then forget everything completely. So yeah, so I actually thought I was doing well, doing all this like lessons after school, but then when she gave us this, it just threw me off. Ah, from England. I lived in Staffordshire. Well, I lived everywhere, Kent and Staffordshire, but mainly Staffordshire before I moved. So yeah, so in England, everyone has different dialect accents, and like Liverpool. So I think when I came here, when I hear people from Helsingborg speak or Stockholm, it sounds completely different. So yeah, so I'm learning so much about life in Sweden, but I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. England, I do miss England sometimes though, but not all the time. I love the stores here. The stores here are more exciting, Mike. It's so much exciting. Like when you go into Ika Maxi here, it's like going to into a museum. When I go into Tesco or Asda in England, it just feels like, maybe it's because it's been it's been where I've shopped for like 20 something years. So I suppose that's why. But yeah. So she says write the right order. So das war ein Flicker ella Quina som Jepet still in Huselet. So Huselet is household chores. So that's why I just thought it's Mpiga. Because I don't know what Mpina is. I don't know what Npipa is. But I know this Mpiga is a maid. So I went for that one. Never traveled to another country. Oh. Oh, bless. You have a fear of flying planes and being on a plane. Did you ever have like an experience when you were growing up that made you scared, or is it just because maybe you watching things online, like watching things on TV about it doesn't really help like with all these things like literally now I'm watching the news and about God bless them all and hope I don't know. I'm really feeling for them. Like in America, there was a crash, a UPS aircraft. Literally, I'm just watching it now, and my heart just broke. Like I think about 11 people have lost their lives, and I don't know. I saw that yesterday, and I don't know. I really it gets to me, like it makes me realize that life is precious because some of the people that lost their lives were actually on the ground, and I saw near misses as well and caught on dash cam, and that really got to me. So I don't understand you being okay. Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, exactly, with that incident as well. Yeah, I know. And I still watch documentaries of it, like I don't know. Sometimes I just think to myself, I wonder what these beautiful souls were thinking. Like, yeah, I do get you, Mike. I do get you. But I think I used to be scared of everything. Let me be honest with you. So when I was growing up, even till now, Mike, I'm scared of chickens. I'm scared of I was scared of dogs until I met Stargate the dog. I'm still scared of cats. Like literally, I'm one of those people that when it's dark, you would never see me outside. I'm scared of everything. Even my mom used to say I'm scared of my own shadow. But for some reason now, I'm learning to try to not be scared. I don't know how I conquered it, but based on the fact that I'm one of those people that I am petrified of everything, I'm even petrified of fireworks. I remember when I was growing up in Africa, so like Christmas time, people have like fireworks on the streets. Do you know I was petrified of it? I won't go to church because there's this midnight mass we used to go to, or my mom used to drag us to. I used to be so petrified of like fireworks. But I don't know. I think when you start to grow up, maybe I don't know. I don't know how I stopped being scared, but I know all my life, like when I was like in my teens, I was literally scared of everything. Oh, bless. Yeah, I think it's just mind. I think the mind can heal fear because like you just sharing your story now, it's made me think what point did I realize that I wasn't scared of things I was scared of anymore. I'm still scared of some things, but I think like maybe I give an example of me being petrified of dogs. Mike, if you know anyone from Africa, most of them are petrified of dogs. Like when we see dogs, we run. I remember one incident once when I was in England, or when I lived in England, myself and my friends, we finished a walk and then we were going to the train station. We saw these two, like, these dogs that look like all this like scary dogs, those black big ones that don't look like they're smiling. So we saw them up on someone's balcony, right? But they didn't put them in chain or like in neck stomach to like tie them down. So me and my Nigerian classmates, we were kind of like walking past the street to the train station, and you won't believe what happened. These dogs came down the balcony and chased us. Like there was like traffic on the road. So I had like my British friends, my white friends, also there. Do you know they didn't run? But we, the Africans, we were running. And because we were running, these dogs were chasing us. Do you know we were screaming? I felt like everyone on the street, everyone in the house heard us screaming. We were running. Like we just ran different places. That was how we were so scared of dogs. So you can imagine when I came to Sweden and discovered my mother-in-law had a dog. To be honest, when I found out my mother-in-law had had dog, there was a dog she had before Tage. I was so petrified of coming to visit her. And I know this is can sound very cruel, but I only came to Sweden to visit her when she told me that that dog Alex had passed. I know some people will be so sad, but I felt relieved that I could actually come and visit her. And then when I then found out she had another dog again, I was so petrified. I remember when I first saw Tage, I jumped on the sofa and then the dog saw that I was scared and he just left me be. So I think that was the point I realized that there was something in me that just stopped being scared of dogs. And so I don't know why I'm saying this story, but I think it's like I didn't know the point at which I stopped being scared of a dog. So I can relate to you and your mom being scared of flying because of that. And it doesn't help that there's so much happening with accidents lately in America with the Indian airline flights as well. And so I can understand when you see all that, you're petrified. And I used to be scared of when they land because when we we're growing up, my dad worked in an airline as well. So I used to be so petrified. Like, when they're landing, it feels like your heart and everything is just bouncing up. But now, for some reason, I just feel like flying is safer than even driving. It's strange because I am petrified when people drive. Like when I'm a passenger in a car, I'm more scared of that than of flying, which I don't know. It's that's what I'm thinking. It's a minds thing because, like yesterday, for example, we went to IKEA, and when my husband was driving, do you know I kept saying to him, slow down." Like I literally would not look up on the at the road. I put my head down on my phone because I'm so petrified that we're going to, crash or something. But then when it comes to flying, I'm not scared of that. So that's strange. So that's why I think it's a mind thing. So maybe what I would say is maybe try like those flight simulators. I don't know if you've seen that, like flight simulators, like a game that you can, because I know in England we had so many of them, like even driving simulators, like you can go and feel real life how it feels to be in an aircraft. I would think you should because like there's so much there's so much life out there. Like before I came to Sweden, I never knew there was a place so beautiful like Sweden, like Finland, like Norway, like the Scandinavians. Like the other day when I was coming back from school, I walked past there's a river that I do walk past, and the leaves were changing colors. And I swear down, I can't remember memories of so much beauty in nature in England the way it is in Sweden. I think maybe because in England, all the places I've lived has not been by the countryside. So it's always been like, heavily populated places where you don't really see like forest and stuff like that. So yeah, so before I came to Sweden, I never knew like there was so much beauty. So I think maybe Mike, maybe you and your mom can just like do that just for fun. If there's a place where you can experience like simulate airplanes, is this simulator? I know like there was once I went to the airplane museum in Engelholm, and they had like I think they had simulators, where you can sit on and it feels like you're in a plane, but apparently they had like a weight limit, and because I was like I'm like Garfield the cat. I've got big bones, so I couldn't actually get on it. But yeah, so I'm sure there are places where you can do that and just feel how it feels. But I think they used to say like flying is probably more safer than driving, if that makes sense. Maybe not in America though, but like, in Europe here. So yeah, so because there is so much to life, there's so much beauty out there. There's so much. So yeah, so that's just what I think. Like maybe try and just look into like all those things and just try and see if you can just sit on a game, game simulator and see how you feel with that. But yeah, so but thank you for sharing your fears and and if there's anyone that has a fear of flying as well, that that's conquered their fear of flying, they can always leave a comment and share with us so that at least Mike can know that he's not alone. But me sharing my story so that you know that you're not alone. It's completely normal to be scared of things. Like, I mean, I came from someone it was scared of virtually everything, and now I am a little bit brave. I'm still not that brave, but I am a little bit braver than I used to be. So just baby steps, but I think there is more to explore in life. And if you're really like if you're there are other means of go exploring the world as well, like trains. Like I have heard, like you can actually take the train because when I was in England, you can actually take the train from England, but you have to keep taking different trains to get to another country like France, Belgium, and stuff like that. So you can maybe and try with trains as well. You can take a train, and I'm sure there are trains that go to like, or even like take the ferry, and then the ferry takes you to Poland, and then that way you see in another country, right? Because I know that there are lots of ferries that will take you across, even to Germany. Like in Skåne here, I know my husband has said something about you can take a ferry, and then from a ferry, then you take a road trip down to like Germany and Poland, or even take like coach buses. Like I know, like in my area here, I've seen like coach buses that come from Poland and stuff like that. So yeah, that way you can also exceed the world or go on a road trip, go multiple stops to different countries until you get to England. So at least that way you can go and see Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, and yeah, Tower Bridge and stuff like that. England is such a beautiful place, and especially Scotland. And you don't know if you've heard of Scotland. So in United Kingdom, we have England, Scotland, Welsh, and Ireland. And Scotland is so beautiful. So yeah, Scotland, there's Edinburgh Castle, there's so much beauty there. So yeah, you can just take a train, take a ferry, and that way you're like kind of like a road trip. I've always wanted to do that, like go on a road trip with multiple forms of transport. So yeah, so those are things for you to kind of like, have at the back of your mind that if you can't conquer your fear of flying, then there is other options out there. And I hope that anyone that has other suggestions would also like share as well, because I hope that by we sharing our stories, we get inspired and we get advice as well, and we get to know that we are not by ourselves. So thank you so much, Mike, for sharing that. And yeah, so I said MP again, and she actually said my whole answers were right here. So the next one is Jag vill kunna dash mina arbetstider. So I think that's working time, right? Arbets. Because you know what my teacher actually said to us? So when you see a word that you don't know, rather than use your phone to try and Google it, she says break down the words, right? So that's one thing she taught us last week. So I know that arbets is work, tida is time. So work time, like you can say, yeah, work time, right? So that's how I kind of like put two and two together. And so the answer was poveka, because another thing I noticed was that I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what this was, but I knew what this was. Poveka is affect, right? Poveka. So that was where I chose poveka. So that was the logic behind it. And also the reason why I knew all this was because before she gave us this test to do, she gave us like, so we started with the week with new odds. So let me show you guys. So the way they teach in Sweden here is so clever. Let me see if I can find it. New odd. So before she starts anything, she gives us like new words to learn. So I suppose that was the logic behind me. Let me see if I can find it, because I literally just scattered all my stuff. So let's see. Okay, so guys, so before she actually gave us this, she gave us new odds. I got the dates wrong here. So you can see like the new odds have like poveka influences or affects. So all these words. So I think because I remembered all these words, so I think that was what's kind of like helped me out. Like, look, Mpiga. So she gave us this. So before we started the topic for the week, so the topic was about Ellen Wagner. So she was the first queen to fight for women's rights, Queen Retiheta in Sfaria. So yeah, so she gave us all the other lista, and so we kind of like she explained everything to us, and we had to write it in our own language as well, like Ditspruk, Utal, and Skriv Posvivenska. So I think this was the logic behind when she gave us the tests, then automatically in my head, I could still remember some of the words there. And that was my logic to answering it. So for example, so that was that one. So that was how I picked that. And then info this, in, what do you call it? Let me see. Yeah. So yeah, so that was how the logic behind it. So but this one, the reason why I knew this one was because this was the word, this is the only word that I know I noticed from the last time she talked to us about things. So info this, I still don't know what that is now. Like, I think I've forgotten what it is. I think it's like before something, right? So yeah, so rock build pour restaurant. Then I just went for info this sugar Honda fem. So that was how I got to that. And then streka is to stretch. That was the only word I knew. So via Morgan, Springer, Daniel, and streka for fem kilometers. So I just automatically thought that's the answer for that one. Edrin, Neo or Scarboria e Urcus. So I knew Urcus because we're talking about like Ellen Wagner in the olden days, like women were not allowed, or women could not continue their education, but men could, and stuff like that. And that was how I remembered Orcus, which is like great. That's what that means, right? Let me see. So I can always go back to my words and see if I can find it here. Of course, if it's not on here, it's on the other word thing that she's giving us. Because she gives us quite a lot of new oats. And literally, I scattered the whole thing, guys, because I just threw it in my backpack. And I sprung out. Okay. It's the same thing. Oh, no, it's not. Porvika Gomied. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I still got it here. So yeah, so that was how I got to this answer, and she said it was right. And then over here, I know I failed once, so I need to figure out what this is. So under semester tida, so that's holiday time. So if you don't know what semester tida is, she says break it down. So I know semester is holiday, tida is time. So that's how you remember the word. So under semester tida ha biblioteket, so that's the library. So under holiday time ha biblioteket. So this was the only words that I knew. Ben Gray said that. Men, how I also knew what's this. So when I doubted the answer, I left it, and then when I read this story, so this was the next task to do, and then I saw Valen va begrensida por dentiden. So this word, as soon as I saw this word, guys, I went here and I wrote it down. So that was my logic. I'm just being honest with you guys. That was my logic to answering this question. I left it empty because I wasn't sure. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I can't remember what this is. And she said no using of telephone. So I left it until when I read this story, and then I just guessed, and then that was the answer. And same with this one as well. So for slayet va inte popularet och politikerna måtte mycket. Still don't know what all this was. Like, I couldn't remember it. I left it as well, and then I came back, and then I figured out what this is. But I still need to check my Google to be sure of what these words are, because I have no idea. So this one was the one I failed. So she said she marked it, so clearly I failed this. So Severia dash EU Niton Hondra Nitofem. So Severia, I thought it was whole earth, but I think it's Yekmied. So I think this is the right answer, right? Yekmied. Because yeah, it is Yekmied, so I made a mistake there. So if I go to my old words, go mied e, then past tense of go mied is yik, right? So joined in. So Severia joined in EU Niton Hondra Nitofem. So this one was wrong, so I need to like pseudogomi it off. I'm trying not to use Google, guys, but eventually I may have to, because I still don't know what grain say that is, and mode stand. I have no idea, but this one I've just figured out is yik mied. So that's joined in. I always tend to write in English as well to remind me, so I'll probably do that later. So beförkingen var missnöjda och gjorde dash mot ledarna. So missnöjda is dissatisfied, och gjorde. So I just went for uproar, because that's like uprising, and she said that was right. So I still don't know what. I know this word is missnöjda is dissatisfied, but I don't know what befognian is. So, but I went for uproar, because I know in one of the words that she's been teaching us, there is uproar somewhere. So I think that was my logic to it. Look, it's uproar, uprising. So that was why I went for that one. That was my logic. And then Aston for shoke dash sinaban lika behandlen. Because I don't know what Beb Lambda is. I don't know what B Lamra is, but I know what behandler is. And that was my logic behind answering this. So that was how I did it without what do they call it, using ChatGPT. So yeah, so she gave us all these words during the week, and so behandling is treats. So that was why I went for this one, treats. Ashton for shoke behandler sinaban lika. So the only one I failed was this one, because I wrote holla of, but the real answer is this one, uprising. Uprising. I need to Google what these two are, because it's not on my word list. And I know this one is grades. This one is to stretch. Info, affect or influence. And then bigger is made. So yeah, so that was that one done. And then C is lesser. So let me drink some of my tea, guys. So I made tea to keep me awake. This is like mango with rhubarb. Sorry, mango with rubus is what they call it. So the next one is to read this. Les texan och svara på frågorna. Min mormor Dora. So that's my grandmother, right? Mother's mother. It's interesting though, guys. In England, we call grandfather. So your dad's father in England, right? We call grandfather. So your mom's father is also called grandfather, right? So it's interesting because in Sweden, your mom's your father wait your father's father. So in Sweden, this is in England, right? English in England. So in England, dad's father is grandfather, mom's father is also grandfather. But in Sweden, your dad's father is called far, and your mom's father is called far. So you see, it's so clever the way the Swedish people broke theirs down. Because imagine when I'm talking about my grandfather from my dad's side, so I have to say, oh yeah, I'm talking about my grandfather from my dad's side, or my father's father's father. But then it doesn't make sense, so we just say grandfather. But in Sweden, you call it far or far, mother's father. And then if it's your mother, your grandmother, you will say in Sweden here they say more or more or far more, right? It's so interesting. So mean Momo Torah. So that's my mother's mother. So that's my grandmother, right? So my mother's mother. Let me write my mother's mother. My mother's mother. So mean more Torah. So she says lesser this and then answer the fråga. Min mormor Torah växt upp i början av 1900-talet. När hon var 15 år började hon arbeta som piga på en bondgård och där hjälpte hon till med arbetet på gården. So for those that don't understand this, what I think it is Min Momo, so her mother's mother, Torah, grew up in the beginning of the 1900s. When she was 15 or 15 years old, she started working as a maid. So Piga is maid. For an bone god. I don't know what bone god is, guys. Bone god. Och då där hjälpte hon till med arbeta på garden. So there she helped with working in the garden, på gården. Another good thing about Swedish language is that most of the words are like mixed. Like you can tell that you can understand it if you speak English, like golden. We call it garden, but you guys call it golden. So yeah, so I put two and two together and I know that's på gården. So she helped out as a gardener. Det var slitsamma arbetsuppgifter och hon arbetade från tidigt morgon till sen kväll. I don't know what slit, but time. Okay, so my teacher always says if you don't understand a word, rather than use ChatGPT or Google, break the words down and see which ones you understand. So det var, so it was, slitsamma. I don't know what slitsamma is together, but if I split it, I know summer is the same time, right? And slit, so probably split. I don't know what this is, but summer. Then arbet, work, uppgifter, right? And what is that uppgifter? Do you know I've actually forgotten what uppgifter is now? I'm trying to see if I can find it on my what's this thing, man. No. Oh, guys, I've seen Begränsade. Begränsade. You know the Begränsade that I said I didn't know what it is here? It's limited. Så under semestertider har biblioteket öppettider, så limited opening time. Ah, jag vet now. Jag vet. So I literally just saw that one. And yeah, let me see if there's any other one that Mustard. Mustard. I'm trying to check my word distance to see if I can find them. Oh yeah, look at mustard. It's mustard resistance. Man, resistance. I literally just saw it now. So for slayet va interpopularet och politikerna måste mycket motstånd resistance. Yeah. So I only went for this because that's the only thing I recognized, but I still could not remember what it meant. So I went for it, but now I've seen it. So B Grancy said that is limited. So yeah, it makes sense. So this was the only one I failed, which I've just corrected now. So it goes to show that she giving us this word sheet thing was really, really good. So I'll keep flicking back and forth. Once I see words that I recognize, then I go back. Så det var slitsamma arbetsuppgifter och hon arbetade from tidig morgon till sen kväll. So she worked from early in the morning to late. Sen is like late. Sent is late, right? Sent kväll. Helst hade hon velat studera vidare, men det var bara flickor från rika familjer som hade den möjligheten. Valen var begränsade på den tiden. Det var inte som nu då det är en självklarhet att alla ska kunna studera och välja vilket gick de vill. So something about Hans studera långa men that it was only flickers from rich family, right? Some had then möjligheten. What's möjligheten now? Möjligheten. Trying to see if I'll see it here. Möjligheten. I know I've seen that word before. I had some other word sheets, guys, but I literally, for the first time ever, I just threw everything in my backpack. Like, I'm trying to see if I can find it, because I don't know what that is. It's not here. It just feels like I've got two of the same everything. Guys, I'm never this scatty, but I literally just threw everything in my backpack. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can find the word for that. Okay, there's more words here. Nah. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just going to continue. I'm trying not to use phone to understand anything. So, Sinera trafade tora min morfar och de gifta sig och bildade familjer. Så later träffade Tori min far. So then later was her momo met her husband, which is morfar, och they got married and built a family. Hennes uppgift var då att stanna hemma och ta hand om barnen. Hon engagerade sig också i kvinnorättsrörelsen. So women's rights movement. So she also engaged in women's rights movements. Men hon måtte mycket stand. So that's that resistance that I didn't know what it was. I always write them down as well. Resistance from Sam Herlet. So that's from the society. Dead fans nam ligen åsikter om att kvinnor inte var tillräckligt mogna för att rösta. So later on, when after she worked as a maid and also worked in the garden, and later on she met her husband. They got married. They built a family, and so in those days, a woman's place was in the home and in the house to take care of the barn and also take care of the children. So, but she also engaged in women's rights movements, men, but she met a lot of resistance from the society because in those days women's places are at home. So yeah, so I think that's what this story is about. Mean more Torah. So now she says we should answer Ret Elafel. So she said I failed one, but she won't tell me which one, guys. So my challenge now is I want to know the answers without using my phone, but I don't know if I'll be able to know it without using my phone, but I'm going to try my best. So Torah vexna op po shugohondra talet. Actually, one of my classmates said right, but I think Torah vexna op niton hondra talents. So inte 200 talents. Because I actually thought it was fell. And then my classmate said it was right. So I'm suspecting this was what I got wrong. But let me just continue. Number 2. Hon vill inte studera vidare. So she will not study longer. So let me see where I saw vidare. Helst hade hon velat studera vidare. Men det var... Oh man, so maybe that's where I got it wrong though. I don't know what else hade hon velat. I don't know what velat is, guys. I'm gonna have to use Google to try and figure out all these words that I don't know. Velat studiera vidare, men det var bara flickor från rika familjer som hade den. So meaning, well, I wrote fell. She did not. Han vill inte studera vidare. Fell. She was told. Wait, let me go back. Hon vill studera vidare, right? Hon vill inte. Yeah, because she didn't have money, right? Because she was a maid and she worked in the garden. So this one is fell. Hon vill studera vidare, right? Hon vill inte. So this is fell. Hon vill inte studera vidare. Then number 3, Torah come from Enrique family. Fell. Because you're inte see Enrique family here. Helst hade hon velat studera vidare, men det var, but it was only flickers from rich family som hade den möjligheten. Så valen var begränsade, limited. So limited på den tiden. Det var inte så nu då. Det är en självklarhet att alla ska kunna studera och välja vilka gick de till. So she didn't come from a rich family. So I don't see them saying here she came from a rich family. So Torah come from a rich family. I said fell. Hon fortsatte på sitt arbete när hon fick barn. So she continued. Fortsätta is continue, right? Fortsätte continued at her job when she had barn. Let me see. So senare träffade Tora min morfar och de gifta sig och byggde familj. Hennes uppgift var då att stanna hem och ta hand om barnen. On enge. So if this uplift, I need to know what this is, guys. So sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to use Google to try and figure out some of the words, or else I'm still going to make the same mistake. So I'm just going to go on Google. I'm just going to only pick the words that I don't know. So I'm on Google right now. So uplift. Let me know what uplift is. Uplift. Uplift. Task. Okay, Hennes tax. So uplift is tax. And then this valet that I don't know what it is. Let me see. So valet. Wanted. Okay. And then health. Let me see. Health is preferably. Okay, guys. So now, okay, I've just used Google to try and get this word so that I can understand what I'm saying. So preferably, she wanted to study vidare mendet varbara flicker from Rika familia som hade dom möjligheten, right? So it means that so here is uppgift task. Så hennes task var då att stanna hemma och ta om barnen. Hon engagerade sig också in kvinnors rörelsen, men däremot mycket måste det fanns nämligen ostet tråkigt morgon att rösta. So yes, did she continue working when she had her band? No, fail. Hon kämpade för kvinnors rättigheter. Didn't she fight for Queen's rights? Because she engaged in that. So she fought for it. So right. So your ticket, the only one that I got wrong is probably this one. That my classmate said it was sugar. Yeah, it was right. But no, it fell. Because hon Boria, hon vexed up in Borean of 1900-talet. So I think it fell. She didn't grow up in sugar 100-talet. So this was probably what I felt, because my teacher actually wrote one fell, right? So yeah, so this was when I was trying to explain to my classmates that sugar 100-talet is in the 2000th century, right? Like 2000. But they said something about 20th century is called 1900 talet. So you can see I wrote 20th century here. So that's what we thought it was right. But I think that's the answer. It fell. So we'll see. I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to go back to my teacher and ask her to remark it again now that I've corrected it. So this was the next one. Let me drink some of my tea, guys, because my tea is getting cold. Okay, so the next one from my test was this one. So number D is grammatic verb. So skriv verben in rat form, presence, preteritum, supinion. So that's present, tense, past tense, and past participle in English, right? So shempa, shempade, shempat. So she said I got some right, but my spelling was wrong in this one and in this one. Target. So poveka, that's influence. Povekade, povekat. Endra, endrade, endrat. Drome, to dream. Dromde, dromt. So she said to put R. Spreade, that's to spread. Spread, spread it. Beta ut, to change. Brut ut, brutit ut. Vine, van, vunit. Ta, tog, togit. So she said I need to put L. Fur, thick, foot. Veja, valde, vote. Yo, yode, yoked, yoked. So that's present preteritum and supinior. So I only failed these two in spelling. But what I normally do as well, guys, is I have to write down the English meanings so that I can remember. So poveka is I've got like my past sheet here where I wrote them down. So I'm just going to write it down so I don't forget again. So poveka is influences. Endra, let me see if there's endra. Changes. Drome is to judge, right? Guys, I actually got this one wrong. I shouldn't have put R here. I don't think my teacher noticed this one, guys. So I got this one wrong. So it's meant to be D-A-M-M-E-R, then drummed, and then drumped. So there was no R to start with, which is judges. So I'm writing it in my own language as well so that I can remember. Then spread there is to spread. Spreads. Bitter ut is to change, right? Bitter ut, let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to try. Okay, to break out. Okay, so bitter ut is not to change. I didn't actually thought it's to change. Bitter ut is when something broke out, like Foster Vod Kriget, bitter ut breaks out. So right here, breaks out. And then Vine is wins. Who wins? Wins. Ta is stakes. Fur is I don't know what this one is. Let me check what. Is it not like to give? Fur. F-O-R. I'm saying this. Me. If I do this, get. Let me see if I say thick. Thick, got. So to give, I think. To give. Oh man, sorry. Close this down. Am I closing it down still? And then they is veia. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Veia. Veia is chooses. And then your is to go when it does. When you do something, does. So I like to write them in English as well so that I kind of like remember for next time. So what Shempa is to fight. So Shempa de, Shempat. Fight, to fight. Poiveka is influences. Poiveka de, poivekat. Endra de, endrat. That's to change, changes. Dome. Didn't actually thought this was dream because I saw drum. I automatically thought drum there is drama, drome. So that was why I wrote R before, but I don't think my teacher saw it. So dome, drum de, drums. Spreader is to spread. Spread, spread it. Bitter ut, brut ut, brutit ut. Vinne is to win. I don't know why I thought it was friends, because you know the a friend is Van. So I automatically thought it was Van, but now my head must tell me Vina is winning. Because I always see this on like Jeopardy, you know, the quiz show. I call it double Jeopardy. I don't know why I call it that, but you always hear like them say Vina or something like that. So Vina is winner, wins. Van, won it. Ta, to take. Tog, told it. Fur, fick, fought. That's to give. Even my English is so bad now in spelling. There, vode, vote. Yo, yode, yacht. So that was the next exercise that we did. And then we go over to this one, guys. You can see all the fail. She said I got them right though, but she corrected some. So Dexter, she says a name, you always have to start with capital D. So I think that's just my bad there. So this one is scrive meniena in active form. So I need to pull out my book so that I can understand this one, because I know I have done it before. Active forms, guys. So let me just see if I can find it where I wrote it down, because I need to like refresh my memory. You know what happens is that when it's time for like a test and you're flicking through your book, you never see what you're looking for. And that was the problem I had. Even though I have written quite a lot of stuff, I still could not find my basic rules of anything. So yeah, I just kept flicking. I just got confused. So I'm trying to see if there's a place I wrote down about active form. I'm not going to have to write it down again because I'm so disorganized. So yeah, I wrote like reflective pronomen and all that, but I can't remember writing active form. So guys, I don't think because I was like flicking through. I bet it's in my old book is where I wrote it down or something. So I'm just going to find where I explained this active form thing, guys, because I need to know it. Guys. Morning, guys. Morning. You're wondering what I'm doing? I'm studying. I've got papers everywhere, guys. I've got papers everywhere. Because I know I have written it down somewhere. Let's see. There must be a place, because like whenever I do my assignments, I tend to write down, I explain things. So I just need to find where I wrote active form of something, so that way I can understand what I'm doing. Because like I said, I don't want to use ChatGPT or anything to help me out, guys. I just want to like go through all my work papers and then see where, because I know I must have written an explanation somewhere. So I will find the right one. So is it this one, this pronomen, reflective pronomen? Because she cannot give us like a summary. So all the tests we did was like collection of everything she has been teaching us. So I don't know why my brain just froze, guys. I have no idea reason why I just became, in Africa we'll call it Olodo. My brain just went. So I'm trying to find my paper because I know I would have written it down somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so active and passive. So she says here, so I clearly don't have it in my paper. So she says here, in active form. So write the sentences in active form. Oh, I thought I must have written how to explain it here. So I'm looking at my past work, guys, to see if I wrote down a point, but I didn't in this one. That's of no use to me. She's of no use to me. I need to find somewhere where I wrote down the laws of active form without using my mobile telephone. I want to try and help myself, guys, because when I was growing up, failing an exam was not an option for me, but I don't know, language is a different thing. So I'm trying to see if I can find, because I know I have so many papers of so much. Look at more words. Or look at the more he heads, a possibility. So you see the word I was looking for here. Where is it again? That word that I saw in this story, my head, is possibility. So I write that down. So that's the good thing with all this thing, guys. The words that she gives us. But I know we have done active form, guys. Somewhere, let me see. Is it here? Let me see here. BSATs, indirect frugal. So you see, like I always write like the bullets, this thing here. Indirect question word order is verb subject to. So I tend to write things like that. So I'm trying to see if I can find anything without using my mobile phone, guys. But I don't know, I have so much papers everywhere. Guys, I can't find it. So, oh, hold on. Do you know at the back of my book here, there must be like a, what do they call it, right? There must be something about, what's the question now? So they said, skriv meningen in active form. So maybe at the back of my språksvägen, if I go here, surely to be here. Didn't I always forget that there's something at the back of our book here that may explain it, right? Rather than relying on ChatGPT. So let me see if I can find it. So it's something to do with active form. Oh, can't find any active form. Indefinite pronomen. Because if I can find it here, then it will tell me the formats to use for active or passive form. So I've seen passive form here. So indefinite, infinitive. Okay, so grown indefinite. Do you know I can't find anything to do with active form here? Let me see. Utal. This is nothing. So how am I supposed to know the structure for it? Active form. So these verbs. Perfect participle. Guys, it's not here. So meaning I have to use Google to find out what the format for active form is then. Because if it's not at the back of my textbook, so how am I supposed to remember it? I know she has explained it to us, but for the life of me, I cannot remember, guys. There's so much. It's so much she explains, which she does it really, really well. But I think it's our fault because like we're meant to be like repetera, because all the time she keeps telling us we need to repetera, we need to studiera. And then I come home and the only studiera I'm doing is like sleeping. So, but I can't find anything to explain the logic behind active form. Here, BSATs. Guys, so I'm just going to use Google to try and find out what's the format for active form because it's not here. So ones are incendiary and scriver. So let me just check active form because I like to know the format, and then I can figure that out. So we'll go to my, because I always use ChatGPT to explain things to me, not to actually give me the answers. So I'm just going to use it to explain in short term. Oh, where the hell is, don't I have it here? Okay, I have it here. Okay, so I just need to understand what an active form is. So what is an active form in short sentence? Because I don't want too much short sentence. I don't want like too much story for it for now. And once it explains it, my brain will probably remember then. Okay, so let me see what it says. An active form is when the subject performs the action in a sentence. So when the subject performs the action in the sentence, right? So this example is Nia regle in 4 days of schooling, right? So then where the subject, so the subject then becomes schooling, right? So schooling in 4 days near regular. So meaning we always have to go back to subject. So lalare, so of lalare. So then I have to start with that. But I need to know, and then they say then the object is last, right? So let me just ask it, what is the um what's the structure? Short structure. Oh man, I can't even spell structure. Structure. I can't even spell English anymore. So okay, so this is what I wanted, right? I just wanted it to explain, is it subject plus verb object? So that's how I want it, because that's the way to understand it. So what I normally write now is here, I will write down this so that next time when she says don't use your telephone, then I can always pull out my papers and then I remember what the structure is. So I tend to write it in English though. An active form is when the subject performs the action in a sentence. So this is my way of like remembering things as well. So then now I can then put the structure here. So subject plus verb plus object. So whenever I see active form, scrive menien and in active form, then I know the format is subject verb object, right? So let's go through it because she said I made a mistake somewhere. So testen samledes I of lalare. So in active form, you always have to beta ut or both ut. This one, the s in the what do they call it? In the verbs. So lalare samla. Let me go back here so I can see. So lalare samlade, so gives in samlades is that, right? Let me see what samlade is. Samlade, samlades. Another problem that I also have is like pronouncing things, guys. I tend to just guess. I'm a lazy reader sometimes. So gathered. So testen samlades y ev lalaren. So to change it to active form, they said the subject performs the action. So excuse me, so the subject is my lalare, that's the teacher. So the subject is the teacher. So lalare samlade, so you remove s. She said test in testen. So I need to pseudo gum that off. I can find my pseudo gum. Now that she's used the pencil, guys, that must pen. So I need to change here. I don't know how her pen cannot come off. So testing. So she said in testing. So I'm just going to tick this that I've done it, right? So she said this is how it's supposed to be. So the subject Lalare comes first. So Lalare Samla they gathered in the test. So that's the active form. So Dexter Poivekades of Niheten. Dexter influences the news. So you have to remove the S. Poivekade, interpoivekades. So then you change it. So the subject becomes Niheten is the subject now, right? So subject, verb, and object is how they want it to go. But let me just pseudo gum here because then I'll get confused that this is how it is. So in inactive form, so basically inactive form is subject, verb, and object, right? And then when you turn it to inactive to active, then it becomes niheta becomes the subject, niheten, poive kade without the s becomes the verb, and then dexter becomes the object, right? So the only thing she said is that I need to just change dexter in name has to be capital to start with, so I use small one there. So I've corrected that one. So the next one is spellana up montrades av trainaren. So the playing, this is the training, os up montrades. I'm not seeing that word somewhere, guys. You just need to find where it is. And I saw it somewhere. But guys, there's got so much paper everywhere. There's papers everywhere in my potter here. Oh yeah, let me see. Up montrade. So up encourages. So encourages. So the players are encouraged, right? So past tense, encouraged by the trainer, right? That's what that means. So then you have to then change it. So to make it active, so this now when it's inactive, it's subject, verb, object. So now we need to change it. So traineren becomes the trainer, becomes the subject. Then uppmuntrade, encourages, becomes the verb, and then spelana is the object. So I got this one right. Then et viktigt beslut talks of politikena. So this way is subject, verb, and then object, right? So then you change it to politikena becomes the subject, talk becomes the verb, then object is et viktigt beslut. So that was how I got to that. Pippa Longstrump Scrives of Astrid Lindgren. So Pippa Longstrong is the subject, Scrives is the verb, but you have to beta the S, and then of Astrid Lindgren. So then you change it because this object becomes the subject, Astrid Lindgren, Scrive, Pippa Longstrom. So she actually passed me on this task, men. She just said I needed to change this from Lalare Samlade Testan into to what do they call it? To Samlade in, because she said these ones are together, Samlade in Testan. So Now I've corrected this one, guys. My tea is getting really, really cold. But the good thing with this tea is that you can actually drink it cold, guys. Guys, I woke up since 3 o'clock. Sorry, since 5 o'clock. So this one, guys, you can see I didn't finish. I only wrote one, and that was it. I just could not. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. So, and this one as well, she failed me in this and this one. So I need to figure out, I think it's heterostrats. I don't know. She said the singular of this is wrong. So I need to kind of like look at my other stuff and see. So I have to look to see where roster. So it's not, there's no et in it, then n in it. So I think this one, because she said it was wrong. So I think it's just roster, right? So roster, not en roster, your ticket, right? And then this one, it's political. I'm just trying to check my other words here to see if I can see political. Political. It's hard because there's so much paper everywhere. So I get really confused. I get confused. Confused.com. Okay, let me see. Oh man, am I just tearing my stuff? Surely there should be political somewhere. Because I can't find any. Let's see. Okay, so and politique. So where did she say is wrong then? Oh, I wrote et politica, guys. Man. So it's n. So those were the two that I got wrong. So n, inter et. And then this one, so let's focus on this one now. So scrive right particle in miniena via bland parti qui particlana in ruten. So write the right particle in the sentence. Choose between this particlana in ruten. So F pour mied in ut. I know I have somewhere. Like I said, I don't want to just go straight to what do they call it? Go straight to use help. So I need to figure out where I've done this exercise before, where I kind of like write down. Guys, I get so confused with so much papers everywhere. I'm trying to see if I can find a paper that I must have used to explain it. I need to get organized. I am not organized. Oh, Sasha, you're very scatty. Scatty. Okay, wait. So maybe at the back of my textbook, maybe it will be there, right? So let's go back to the textbook. If I don't see it here, then I'll have to use Google to kind of like explain it. So particle. So I think that's what I'm just going to do. Like if I don't see it here, then there's nothing else I can do because I need to understand it as well. Okay, is it here? Starting now. Bam. This one's a utal. Utal. See, like studying, it takes forever for me because I have to understand everything. Because that's when I get myself into this kind of situation when she gives us like proof, and then like my brain just goes because I'm not helping myself by not learning every day. Like I need to like put in more hours to studying. Okay, so the poor Okmen Ella in Ut is not even here. I thought this was it here. But being old, like words that bind things together. Poor. Okay, there's poor here. There's E. Let me see. I think I found it here. So there's poor, shopper, poor. Prepositional ud som beskriver förhållanden mellan personer, platser och saker. So between persons, place or things. But the particles that I want is of, por, med, in, ut. I need to know what they are. I'm trying to see if I can find it here, guys, but I don't think it's at the back of my book. Nah, this one's a bit in Bisat in Lendere. Bisat. Oh man, I can't find it here. I can't find it here, so I'm just going to use Google to explain what these things are, because that's the only way I can understand what I'm going to do now. So I'm just gonna go here, short explanations, short explanation of party na of pour mied in ella ut. So let's see what it explains to me, guys. So this my book is just absolutely useless because I thought it was going to help me. So earth shows origin. So that's what I'm using this to explain so that I know. So earth shows origin, cause or separation. Pour shows contact or activity. So like tita pour. So mied means with. Prata mied henan. And then in means movement into something, like go in. And then ut is movement out of something. So with this in mind, I'll write it down so that I don't forget for next time, and then we can figure out the answers to this. So that's how I actually learn, guys. That's how I learn. I think each to their own. So I'm going to write of, and I always write it in English, shows origin, cause, or separation, like drama of Lika. So dreaming of Lika, happiness, I think. Then pour shows contact or activity. So like tita pour, I always write like example if I can. Tita pour, tieve. So mied means wheat. So prata mied henen. or prata mied me, right? Or prata mied mi lalare, prata mied mi lacare, prata mied henen, talk with her. So then in is movement into something, like go in, e.g. like go in. And then ut is movement out of something, like go ut. So with this in mind now, so I'll see if I can then understand what they're saying. So the first one I already wrote was en pandemie brut ut. So that's something comes out, right? So brut ut e borian of shugo hondra shugo. The number 2 is Joska skriva dash contract idag. So I don't know what's it's not this miet skriva miet no, it's not with. Joska skriva in. Yeah, so in is the answer, right? So in movement into something. See, this is the only way I can learn properly, I think. So V Clara dash Utmanien. I don't know what Utmanien is, so I need to like Google that, or else I have no idea what that is. So I'm just going to Google that, guys. So Utmanien, the challenge. So the Clara, what's Clara? Let me see. So this is the challenge. And then Clara is not to clarify the challenge. Clara, like to finish, or hold on, Clara, able to. Okay, so finish, like when we say via Cla in school, and so when my teacher says, have you finished your test, she's like Cla, I do Cla, so Clara, so able to. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Able to. So V Clara. Let me go back, guys. So V Clara dash Utmanin. So we are able to. Oh, guys, I don't know that one. V Clara dash Utmanin. It can be shows we're able to Ev. Clara Ev. Okay, so I think it's Clara Ev. So Ev shows origin, cause, or separation. No, guys, I'll leave that for now. So Elivena Samlade gives in dash Samlade dash penga till sin class resa, class holiday, right? So gives in. So Elivena Samlade. Guys, I don't know that one as well. So can I use the same thing? No, you have to like tick, so you can't use the same words twice. So Elivena Samlade. No, it cannot be Samla. Okay, let me go to the next one. Your have got dash en shop or say group for Facebook. Your have got of and shop shows of cause of separation. Oh man, V Clara, we're able to dash the challenge of Clara of Guys, I don't know these answers. Like, I'm stuck now. So I've used, the example was up. This one, va vexter du up. So that one is taken. So you can't use that one again. So jag ska skriva in contract idag. That one I've used in. Then vi klarar. No. Jag har gått ut i en movement out of something. No. Oh yeah, maybe jag har gått ut i en shop. I think that's that one, right? Jag har gått ut. So they said ut is for movement out of something. Go ut. Oh yeah, because this is petiritum of, yeah, this is supinium, right? So this go ut. Oh no, but I've done it here. So I can't use ut twice. You have got with a new shop and oh man, I don't know. My brain is gone. You have got for an okay, so it's poor, then got poor. So shows contact or activity, right? Shop and so it's poor, got poor, right? You have got poor, and shop or say group for Facebook. Then Elivena, so now I've ticked this one off. I've ticked this one off and I've ticked this one off. So it's between Mied and Ev now. So V Clara Ev. And then this one is Elivena Samlade Mied Penga with Penga Tilsin. Oh, guys, my brain is gone. So I'm stuck between number 3 and number 4 now. So Elivena Samlade. So the class students handed in Mied Penga. I think it's Mied, and then this is Clara Earth. Because they said Earth shows origin, cause or separation. So I'm going to use Earth for this, guys. Because sometimes when I try to translate it in English, it will not make sense. So I think this is Elivena Samlade Mied Penga. So this is how I'm going to leave it. So when I get to school, I'll ask my teacher to like check it out and let me know if I got it right or not. But this is how I'm leaving it, guys. So we go to, so I've corrected all this one. So this is substantive. So substantive is nouns, right? And now is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. So script substantiven in singular. So et ik is a work and retigate. So et ik is yiken and retigate is retigate. So plural of it. Roster, roster, and article, artikler, and opgift, opgifte, and lag, lager, and politieke, politieke, and man, man, with the air, et vilko, vilko, and protest, proteste, and ostik, ostike. So I normally also write the, what do they call it, the English words of it, so that in case next time I'm not like going, doolally. So and man is a man, a man. At vil, I'm just using my all these odd sheets. Wherever I see them, then I just write them in. At vilko is a condition. So, oh, guys, I need to, it's too much. Maybe I should just write it here. No, I don't get confused. But here is much space. Wait, a condition. So a condition is called et vilco, and protest is a protest. See, some of these words are like borrowed English words. A protest. Then an ostic is, I'm trying to see if I can find it here, an opinion. I don't know if you guys can see it. An opinion. And then and politica is a politics, right? And politica, trying to see why you call that and politica. I'm trying to see if I can find it somewhere. And politica. That's politics, a politics. Oh man, and politics. It's a politics, guys. That's not rocket science. Let me stop confusing myself. And politica is a politician, maybe? Oh. Surely, with all these things we've been doing about politics, there must be some paper where I wrote what politica is. Like, with all these papers, why would there not be politica anywhere? Politica. Wait, it's okay, a politician. Guys, sorry. So, politica is a politician. Guys, you see, I start to like even doubt myself. And lag is a law. That one I know. A law. And uplift is, let me see if it's here. And uplift. And what did we do when there was no Google, when we were studying? So I think I need to go back to my roots of like not having to depend on like Google for things. So I suppose that's why I actually gave myself a challenge that I'm going to do this and then take it in and ask my teacher to go through it, but without like using any help other than my papers. So I'm trying to see what this is. Uplift. I swear down I've actually written it down somewhere. Uplift. Didn't I just write it down somewhere? I think I wrote it down somewhere. Uplift. Yeah, a task, guys. So a task. See, I even forget that one. An article is an article. Roster is to vote. I almost said to roast, guys. Then retihet is right. Right. Let me just double check. A right, yeah. A right. So like your right to like your right to study, your right to eat, your right to drink water. So retihet. So basically these are substantives, nouns. So etik is a profession. So I'm going to write that here. A profession. I actually thought it's a work, but it's a profession. Nice. Profession. So etik, yiken, and retighete, a right. Vote, roster, an article, articler, a task, an opifte, a law, and laga, a politician, and politique, sama, is the same, stays the same. A man, and man with the A condition at Vilco, summer stays the same. And proteste, an opinion, and ostikte. So that one is done. So when I get to school, I'll ask her to double check again. So you can see, look at all the paper, guys. Look, but it's good because it's like refreshing everything we've been doing, guys. Look at this one. I left it. I couldn't do it. I was like, no, my brain was going. I was like, nope, I'm leaving it. So this one is another one, substantive in right form. My tea is so cold, guys. Finished. So this one I left. This one she actually said it was right, guys. So let's tackle this one. See, I'm only through half. There's still more. And the good thing about Swedish exams is, guys, they do back to back. So they make sure that every piece of paper is covered with something for you to do, like literally back to back. So let's tackle this one. You don't want to see behind the scene. Behind the scene here, I've got papers everywhere on my sofa. So this one is write the right nouns in the right form. So Elin sitter vid sitt skrivbord, that's on the table. So a skrivbord is not at skrivbord, a skrivbord at. Why was this? And skrivbord. Okay, so you put only this, not the this. So let me just Google what is like substantive in the right form so that I know. In short sentence, explain. You know, I can't even spell in English anymore. Explain substantiven i rat form. So let's see what it gives me. Explain substantive in the rat form. And so it says substantive in right form means using the noun in the correct form, singular or plural, definite or indefinite. So example, en boeken, boekena. Okay, so but then okay, so and what of like and book? Okay, the book. So it says using it in the right form. So neither singular, plural, definite or indefinite, right? So this one says script substantive in right form. So okay. So let me see if I can understand this now. So Elin sitter vid sitt skrivbord. So that one they've already answered it. Och skriva en artikel. Den händer om kvinnornas situation i så ett samhälle och samhället. So it's i samhället. So that's the society, right? I, the society, not it is society. So it is singular, right? And then samhället is what did he call it here? So he said like boeken, booker, bookena. So it's neither singular, plural, indefinite or definite or indefinite. So I think this will be samhället. But before I continue, I just need to write down this explanation of what substantiven in right form means. So I write it here before we continue, guys. So substantiven i right form means using the noun, so substantive is noun, the noun in the correct form, so like singular, plural, definite, or indefinite. So the example he gave is like en book, boeken, bouquet, and boekena. Sorry guys. Boekena. So en book, boeken, bouquet, boekena, which is books. So that's the plural. So wait guys, you know, I'm like trying to think, okay, I know like na is plural, this is singular, right? And this is plural. Oh man, I needed to explain what is definite and indefinite then, right? So I'm going to write in, because if you don't write in short sentence, guys, this ChatGPT just gives you a whole essay. In short sentence, explain definite and indefinite. So let's see what it explains, guys. So indefinite means something general or not specific, and book. Definite means something specific, booken, the book. Okay, so I need to write that down as well, because if not, I'll get confused. So substantive in right form means using the noun in the correct form, singular, plural, definite or indefinite, e.g. and book, booken, bouquet, bookena. So now I need to also write indefinite, guys. Probably write it here. So indefinite means something general or not specific, like in book, a book. And then definite means something specific, booking, the book. So with this in mind, now I can probably understand what I'm doing, right? So now I know this. So now I now know that indefinite means something general or not specific, and book, a book. So a book is in general, right? Definite means something specific, the book. So with that in mind, now I can now read this and try and understand it. So Elin sitter vid sitt skrivbord. So skrivbord is a general skrivbord, right? Yeah, so general skrivbord. Och skriva en artikel. Den händer om kvinnornas situation. I samhället. So it has to be, oh man, is it in samhäll? Samhäll means a specific, a general, but definite means something specific, the booking. So Samhelet, because Samhel is et Samhel. Yeah, so because it's et, so we have to put Samhelet, right? So that's my logic to it, because based on everything I've read, substantive n in right form means using the noun in the correct form. Singular ella plural hoc, definite ella indefinite. E.g. book, booken, booke, bookena. So, and they said indefinite means something general or not specific, and book, a book. Definite means something specific, book and the book. So with that in mind, my coconut head needs to like get this in. Then henda on quinona situation. E. So it has to be, man, this pen is really annoying me. Pencil. I need to pull out another one. E. Sam. Hell. Let. So that is in the society. This society. So that's, it means a specific society, right? Horn hoppers at an article. Let me see. So N is something general or not? No. So horn hoppers at articlen. So it's a specific article that she's writing, right? So I have to write articlen, not an article. Hornhoppers at artiklen ska kunna leda till forandriga. I don't know what forandriga is, guys. I'm gonna have to use Google to find that out. Also, I'm not understanding as well. So forandriga for. Oh man, guys, I've been on this for like hours now. My legs are getting numb as well. But I have to finish it because tomorrow then I can show it to my teacher and see if she so changes for rand riga. For rand riga is changes. So Hornhoppers at artiklen, that's a specific article, kan kunna leda till förändringar, changes. Igår gick hon en lång sträcka med några andra. Then the next one, number 3, dash from Quino's Rorisen. So Quino from Quino's Rorisen, or the women from. So is it from Quino's Dom Nakade? Okay, so it's plural then. So Quinona from, so I have to use Quinona here because the next sentence is Dom Nakade. So they knocked, right? So Quino is singular, Quinona is plural. So I have to use Quinona. So the women from Quino's Roresen, Dom Nakade. Number 4, dash do odorin och delad ut flyblad. So the flyers, right? Dela ut. So they gave out. So when they knocked on the door, they dela ut. Dela ut is to give out flyers for at informera om Queenling. So dom nakade do or the door. So they said do is oh man, and do is something in general. They dom nakade do. Yeah, so it's general doors they knocked, not a specific door. So if it's specific, then we'll say dooring, right? So yeah. Yeah, so do. Dom nakade do. Do och dela ut flyblad för att informera om Queenling. What's Queenling again? I get that confused. Let me see what Queenling is, guys. Is it singular of queen? Queen league. Oh, female. So queen is woman. Queenona is the women. Oh no, is plural, right? Women. Woman is queen. Queenona is women. And then queen league is female, guys. So I need to write it here. Is female. So Dom Nakade do ook de la uit vlieblad voor het informeren om Queenling. Queenling Rostrat or Queenling Rostranten. Rostranten means the book. So Rostrat is general, right? Queenlings generally voting. So Rostrat is what I'm going to use there, guys. So tomorrow my teacher will tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'm not even going to like double check this. What I'm doing now is what I'm going to present to my teacher. So let me just go back and just read in general and see if I understand. So scrive substantiven in rate form. So substantiven in red form betyder using the noun in the correct form, singular eller plural, definite eller indefinite, e.g. en book, boeken, boeke, boekena. And then indefinite means something general or not specific. En book, a book. Definite means something specific. Boeken, the book. So Elin sitter vid sitt skrivbord och skriver en artikel. De händer om kvinnornas situation in samhället. Hon hoppas att artikeln ska kunna leda till förändringar. Igår gick hon en lång sträcka med några andra. Kvinnorna från kvinnorörelsen, de nackade då och delade ut flygblad för att informera om Queenling Rostret. So that's how I'm going to leave it, and then we'll see. So this one, my teacher said I failed one, which is this one. So pronomen. Skriv rätt pronomen in meningarna via mellan possessivt och possessivt reflective pronomen. So let me see if I can find somewhere that I wrote about pronomen. So reflexive pronomen. This one task that we were given. So she says it's neither hennes. And this one is a different kind of pronomen, guys. Isn't it? So reflective possessive pronomen. But this one says choose between possessive or possessive reflective pronomen. So hennes, sin. Guys, I need to like try and understand what that is, but I think it's at the back of my textbook. So let's see like how to understand pronomen. I think she explained it here. Oh, it's explained somewhere here. Explained somewhere here, guys. Guys, it's so much. Indefinite pronomen, possessive. So it's actually in the textbook here. You can understand. Okay, so they say that she choose between the possessive or possessive reflective pronomen. So reflective pronomen. Okay, so let me just go back here like this. So possessive, what's the first one? Possessive is this first one here. Wait, let me see. Is it this one? Possessive reflex or possessive? What's the difference then? Possessive or possessive reflect? Possessive. Okay, and okay, so this is possessive and this is possessive reflex. Reflexive. So possessive pronomen can also vara reflexiva, dom sifta do tibaka po subjectet in meningen. So possessive reflexive is Eva Shaw sin Bill. So it goes back to Eva. So Eva is the one that is driving the car, right? Eva Shaw sin Ian Bill. So she's driving her own car, right? So possessive is Eva Shaw Hennes Bill. So Hennes Bill is somebody else's bill, right? So Eva Shaw Nogon Anna's bill. Okay. So possessive is when it's somebody else's, right? Wait. That's a barahon. So that's a barahon han that's okdom symphonia forma sin sit and sina. Okay, so the task was to script the right pronomen in Menienan via mellan possessive or possessive reflective pronomen. So now that I know what that is, I'm just going to move this one to the side. So I'm just going to write here. So possessive reflective goes back to you. So I'm just going to write it here, guys. Possessive reflexive goes back to you, e.g. Eva Shaw sin Bill. Me and my spelling, guys. Eva Shaw sin Bill. So sin goes back to Eva, right? And then when it's possessive, it's Eva Shaw Hennes Bill. So meaning Hennes is somebody else's bill. Like it could be compass, it could be then, it could be foredra for parents. I don't know how to spell that. It could be anybody's bill, right? That she's showing. So possessive is when it's away from subject, is referring to something else. That's what I took from it, right? So with that in mind, then let me see this one. So Ellen Villa Lessa por Universitet Men Hennes, because it's her father, right? Papa ticket inte att hon skulle studera och skulle studera på en så hög nivå, high levels. So her parents doesn't think it's necessary for her to study high level. So Hennes is Papa, right? Away from Ellen. So that's the example they gave here. So number one, she said I got this one wrong. En flicka skulle studera vidare behovet hennes family. Yeah, so it wasn't sin family, guys. So hennes, because if it's this away, her family. So hennes, I'm thinking it's hennes. Tomorrow my teacher will tell me if it's right or wrong. Hennes family betala for private undervisning. So this one is Quinona Champa de Min Kriget set stop for deras for their campaign, for their camp. So Quino's fights stopped for right, because of the war stopped them from deras. So general, right? So she said I got this one right. So Eileen va doctic pour sit job. So she said to us that whenever we see job, because job is an H word, so always put sit. So that's why I just went straight and I wrote sit there. So anywhere I see job, guys, I am putting sit there. I don't care if I understand it or if I analyze it, I'm just going to put sit. And that's my logic to that one, guys. So Quinona champa de for sina retiheta. So I went for sina because quinona is plural. So multiple women fought for sina. Sin is when it's singular, and then sina is plural. So that's why I went for their rights. So Elin forsökte påverka samhället genom dash skrivande. Guys, I don't know this one. Elin forsökt influences society through sin. So through her, so it's going back to her, right? Through Elin's writing, scrivande. So through sin, because Hennes will be somebody else's. So sin goes back to her, just like how Eva here, right? So just like how Eva goes back because it's her own writing, scrivande. So it goes back to Elaine. So I'm just going to put sin there and we'll see what my teacher says. So basically this is pronomen. So she says, skriv right pronomen in meningen via mellan possessivt och possessivt reflektivt pronomen. Exempel, Elin ville läsa på universitet, men the example says hennes. So hennes is her father ticket inte att hon skulle studera på en så hög nivå, high level. So that's with that in mind, I went to the back of my textbook. This textbook we get given in Grund, sorry, I'm saying in Grund, guys, in course D. So we get given this book in our commune. So at the back of it, it actually explains a possessive, reflexiva. Possessiva pronomen kan också vara reflexiva. De syftar då tillbaka på subject. So it goes back to the subject in the sentence. So possessive reflective is Eva kör sin bil. So sin goes back to her. And then possessive on its own is Eva kör hennes bil. So it goes to somebody else's. So under here they said Eva kör någon annans bil. And possessive reflective says Eva kör sin egen bil. So her own bill. So det är bara hon, han, det och de som får nya former sin, sitt and sina. So with that in mind, that was how I came to this conclusion of, because she said I failed this one. I didn't finish this. So I've just written the last number. So en flicka skulle studera vidare behovet hennes, does her family, is what I'm guessing is the answer, betala för privat undervisning. Number 2, kvinnorna kämpade men kriget, the war, sätta stopp för deras kamp. So the women, so plural, right? That's my logic. And then champade. Do you know I keep forgetting what that champade is now? Champade. I know I've seen it, guys, but my brain is just going. Champa, fights. So champade is fights. Or fighted or fight, past tense, whatever you call it. So kvinnorna kämpade men kriget, the war, satta stoppa för deras, so their fights, right? So that's my logic to that. Elin var duktig på sitt jobb. So sit, anywhere you see job is X word, sit job. That was my solution to that. Then kvinnorna kämpade för sina rättigheter. I chose sina because sina is plural of kvinnorna. Kvinnorna is multiple women. They fought for sina rättigheter, their rights. So Elin försökt påverka, influences samhället, the society, through sin, so through her skrivande, through her writing. So it goes back to Elena, the subject. So that was how I got to this. So on Monday, we'll see if that was right or not wrong. So, oh man, Still got some more here. So the next one, and we had like 1 hour to do this, guys. So we came back from our Fika Pals from 10:30 to 11. So it was when we came back from Fika Pals, guys, our teacher gave us this paper to do. So I think that's why she made room for, like, if you don't finish, do it at home. But you know how temptation is. When they tell you to do it at home, we automatically, some of us probably would just go and choose the short way out, especially someone like me. So that's why I decided, okay, I'll do it live, since as I woke up early, and I will try to only use my phone to Google. Like my teacher always also say to us that you can use your phone to Google one word, but not to like Google everything, like, like when you scan and then it translates it, that it's not helping you. So that's why I kind of like was using Google for just the words that I literally cannot find in any of my piece of papers here. Then I then Google it. So hopefully this helps me also learn. And yeah, and then I only use ChatGPT when I need it to explain, like when I wanted to understand what indefinite means, and it's not at the back of my textbook. Oh man, guys, when I said indefinite was not at the back of my textbook, I literally just saw it now. Indefinite pronomen. Is that not what I was looking for here? What was it? I was literally looking for indefinite, right? Indefinite pronomen avens neman intertenka pornoga sex skilled portion elastic till example man ala okmonga. Guys, I get so nervous. So yeah, so we move to the next one, which is adjective. They said studying SFI is a full-time job. Now I understand, guys. It is actually a full-time job. Okay, guys, so I was actually talking to my husband. He just woke up and he saw like lots of papers everywhere, and he's like, you're not organized in an organized way. You think you're organized, but you're not organized, because like there's papers everywhere on the sofa when I'm trying to look for things. So let's go to adjective, because it's almost breakfast time now. It's past 9 o'clock and I've been up since 5 o'clock, guys. If my teacher is watching this, I hope you can see that Sasha is actually studying. You are studiera. Inte sova. Yo, yeah, can't sova, but no, you are studiera. So, anyway, adjective, guys. So, scrive adjectiven in comparative form. So, adjective in comparative form. So that's like in England, or in English, we say it's big, bigger, biggest, small, smaller, smallest. That's how I kind of like this thing. So so theirs is like in comparative form. Let me see if I can actually find it in the paper here, in the textbook, to explain to myself before I then, if I don't find it, then I can then okay, so this adjective here, guys, is actually in the book. So adjective beskriva hur något är eller ser ut. Adjektivet kan stå före ett substantiv. Exempel, jag har en stor hund. I have a large dog. So stor to the dog, right? Jag köper en good glass. So good, that's a nice glass, right? Det är en cool dag. So that's a cool day. So adjective beskriver who, how, something, or something you see. Ut, right? So like cold, like when you see like the cold, something like that. That's what I'm thinking it's saying here. So ett adjective can also store efter några verb. Till example, bil, bli, ble, 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 och vecka. Du står de i predikavit, stening och komma att stå in uppstämd form, översätt formen på substantivet. Example, hunde är vit. So like this one is like when hunde är vit. I don't understand. Ett adjektiv kan också stå efter några verb, efter some verbs. Till example, oh, this man, you are dumb. Like seriously, I have coconut head. So this says adjective can also stand after some verbs. So like hunde is the noun, right? Verb is a. So then adjective can also come after it, which is vit, white. Then believe rad became red, right? That's what that means. Okay, so this is the noun, subject, verb, and then now this is the adjective. So snare, like kind. Then veka, smell. So kind is an adjective. So this is an adjective can describe how something or something you see is after a substantive, right? And then it can also be after the verb. That's what I understood from this. So over here, guys, is more about it. Boy, younger adjective, men, boy, and okay, so that's adjective, guys. I don't know if I even understand what they're saying, but yeah, so it expresses something, right? So she said I got this one right though. So that's bli semra veda. So på mitt förra jobb hade jag lägre lön. Lower loan. So she says change this from this to a comparative form. So like I said, big, bigger, biggest, small, smaller, smallest in English, then that's the same. Log, legra, legrest. You get like store, store. So store, storest. Stost, sorry, my husband said it's toast. So yeah, something like that. So she says change it to comparative form. But I want to know like which one is the comparative form, because this textbook, I don't think it's actually explained what hold on. Comparere. Do you know I'm what they call coconut head, guys. I was about to say my textbook didn't actually explain comparative form. So oh man, how am I this? How am I this not clever with language, guys? So at the back is actually, I was reading the first part of adjective, but this is the where the task is. At comparera, jämföra adjective, när man jämför adjective lägger man till ARE eller AST. Example, positive is en cykla är där. Comparative is en bil är dyrare. Superlative is en flygplan är dyrast. So she says we should change it to comparative. So with that in mind, you can see it here. Bra, betre, best, dålig, samre, samest. What's samere?
Sämre.
What's samre?
Bad, worst, worst.
Okay, so dålig is bad. Was. Was. Was, didn't it?
Was, yes.
Yeah, like in engelska. Den lång, längre, längst, ung.
Men från meatballs.
Okay, so ung, jung, yngre, ungest, gammal, äldre, äldst, liten, that's little, mindre, minst, store is large, larger, largest, that's storest. So basically, sorry. It's me being lazy to like read things, guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just spray. So like I said storest, but it's not storest, but my laziness will just tell me to just say storest and move on. But it's thirst. So she says we should change it to comparative, which if only I knew that it was at the back of my textbook, it would have made my life easier. But I still did it with my brain. So yeah, so she says skriv adjektiven. She says skriv adjektiven in comparative form. So på mitt före jobb hade jag så låg, I use lägre lån. Log is low, right?
Huh?
Log is low.
Yeah.
Then low, lower, lowest.
Yeah.
So low, lägre. Then hani den här tröjan i en store. I use store because in a large size, I know store leg is size because I always check that when I shop online. So honey, so you're asking, have you got this sweater, troje? Do you know you think troje is trouser, but it's not, it's like sweater. Honey den har trojen i en, so store, comparative form is store, stolik. Then number 3 is har du dash idea. Have you got, so monga they want us to change this to comparative. So monga becomes flare. So monga, flare. Then what next then? So monga, flare, monga, flerere. So compare. So you know, like when you say big, bigger, biggest. Yeah. So monga. Then the next one is flare.
Then it's the same.
Flare as well. So not flereres. No. Okay. So monga. So how do flare idea? Den roda bilen a mindre än den vita. So this N is done. That's what they call their done, like more than. So den roda bilen, the red bill is less, so liten. So the comparative of liten in my textbook here is liten, mindre, minst. So if she told us to do it in superlative, that's when we then start putting all this minst, address, youngest, longest, and all that, right? So yeah, so I wrote mindre, and then the last one is full. So few. So före, ban, fodes, fora, året, and o. So few child born fora is before. Before året, before the year.
Yeah, before or prior.
Prior to the year than in this year. So that's how it is, guys. So yeah, so she wrote right. So I did pass those ones. So adverb is the next one, guys. Man, do you know that sometimes I used to think that Fridays is the easiest time to come to school, but my teacher surprises us. I think she just, I don't know, but it's good. It's good because I'm learning. Because if I don't do this, then I won't learn. So adverb is the next one. So she says, ringa in alla adverb, observera at alla meninga, inter innehåller adverb. So she's saying that we should circle in all the adverb, but note that not all sentences have adverb in it. So the example is Ellen abetade hurt for Queen's Reti hurt. So hurt is an adverb. So let's see what an adverb is. It's actually in the back of my textbook, guys. So adverb pomine het adjectief men adverbet beskriver het verb eller het adjectief. Man kan ofta lägga till ett ti på adjektivet för att bilda ett adverb. So you can add a T to picture an adverb. That's what I'm thinking it's saying here. I don't know what Frederick, what's pomine?
Remind.
Oh, remind. Remind So the adverb basically, they says the adverb goes back to the verb, right? So beskrivers, so adverb promine et adjective men adverbet beskriver et adverb. So it goes back to the verb, right? Springer. So an adverb goes back to the verb is what I take from here. So with that in mind, then this is how I answered the question. So Ellen gjorde snabbt karriär. So the adverb goes back to the verb, right? Then det var ett omgästat samhälle. I don't know what ojämstat is.
Ojämställt.
Yeah,
Unequal.
unequal.
Jämställt is equal.
Oh yeah, she always.
Ojämställt is unequal.
Yeah, she says we should break it down if we don't understand stuff. Yeah, so unequal, equal, yemster. So there's no adverb there, guys. So I left that one. So de gick långt för att dela ut flyblad. Flyblad. So yeah, I know flyers. Yeah. So so gick is the verb. So the adverb goes back to the verb. So I should have read my textbook, guys, than scattering my papers everywhere. So befolkningen, babe, what's befolkningen?
Befolkningen.
Yeah.
The population.
The population. Protesterade våldsamt. So protesterade is the verb. So that's how it comes. So now my brain will now tell me that whenever they say circle the adverb, I know that there's always a verb before an adverb. Yeah, so that's how it's meant to be. So politikerna försökte, I don't even know what this försökte, I keep forgetting what it is. Försökte. What's försökte?
You know that one.
Försökte, politikerna försökte.
I'm gonna help you if I know that you know it.
Försökte, is it when you politikerna, the politicians tried försökte, yeah, tried.
Försöka.
Försöka, try longer de våldsamma protesterna. So there is no adverb in this one, guys, because there is no, yeah, so I left that one blank as well. So yeah, so now I know that an adverb, I just need to write it down so that I don't forget again, in case if my textbook is not at hand, which I should actually use my common sense to open my textbook. So each question she gave us, I should have just gone to the back of my textbook to just understand what I'm about to answer, than flicking through every single paper that I have in my backpack. So yeah, so that's that one, guys. So let's see, what else do I have here? And all this was like in an hour to do. So preposition, scrive right preposition in minijenan via blank preposition na i ruten. So this one I got right, guys. So fer I yenom from poor till. So through from poor. You know, we explained what poor is in this one. So poor shows contacts or activities like tita poor. Yeah, and then but I think it's at the back of this textbook. Oh, man, look, everything just goes in symmetry. Like it's like she actually gave us all the questions line by line. So prepositions is like poor. So prepositions are old, som beskriver förhållanden mellan personal plats och saker. Example, över, lampen hänger över bordet. So the lamp is hanging over the table. I, nycklarna ligger in vaxen. So the keys is inside the bag. På, koppen står på bordet, so on top of the table. Framför lalare står framför elevator. Yeah, guys, on Friday my lalare was stowing framför me. Like she stood framför me, men framför them. Or me. Yeah, I said me. Yeah, because like when we went to the other class, because there was noise in our own class, guys. So I didn't know she was actually going to give us a test. And then when we got down, she told us to sit down. And then for some reason, for the first time in my whole life, I decided to sit right opposite my teacher. So whenever she looks up, I'm the first person she sees. If she looks side, I'm the first person she sees. So yeah, lalare sto framfor eleven. That's me. Back on. Flickan gåme sig bakom trädet. So back behind. Then mittenmot. Oh guys, I'm confused now. I'm just lazy with reading, guys. So yeah, so basically that was what, so prepositions. What did they say prepositions are? So it's between, something that joins something together, right? Prepositional are old, some beskriver. I don't know what this for whole land there. Relations. Okay. Relations. Between, okay, relations, mellan, persona, pletsa, or seka. Okay, so the answers, I got them right. So, hon, behind lades, ano, londa, por jobbet. Så Elin försökt påverka samhället genom through sitt skrivande. So through her writing. Kvinnornas rörelsen måste motstånd from båda män och women. So from both men or women. Namn underskrifterna lämnades över till Sveriges riksdag. So until Swedish parliament, to Swedish parliament. Then Elin engagerade sig. Engagerade. But it's two G's. How can you then call it engagerade? Why not call it engagerade? No. It's two G's, isn't it? Engegerade, but you said it's engequerade. Yeah. Okay. Engequerade say for freed. So I got those ones right. So the next one is Udfoid, Builder meaning Borean meets time. This one was so easy-ish. So when they say you should start the sentence but begin with time. So time, like the example is Iborian. Let me see. Is there this thing here? Oh, see, she actually gave everything she gave was textbook step by step. The next page, if only I flipped the next page, then I would have seen it's sort of like cracking my brain.
But you're supposed to correct your brain.
Yeah, but then I went and opened all my piece of papers. That was like somebody that was going out of her brain. But if I just opened my textbook, flick to the back, and just Woodford, okay, this is what Woodford means, and then I continued. But I was just scatty looking. I was like, I know I've done this somewhere in my Linus. I've done it. I was getting frustrated, and I was the last to leave class because I was so frustrated. So yeah, so this one now, so it's also in the textbook. So they said begin with time. So when you start with time, so this one starts with okay, so whoever starts, so English Anasta. So this one starts with subjects. If you click turn, you probably see the one with time. Woodford be started. So I think it's this one here. So time. Idag is time, right? Is school time now.
Dog.
Yeah.
Today.
After cricket is they said Boria meets teed with
Dog
teed.
is time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then means the next thing has to be verb. So the format to use then is this verb old forward is you have to borrow with time. So when you borrow with time, then the next thing is verb, which it says here, and then subject, right? Subject is faria, and then satadverbo. So if there's inter or anything like that, altered, then you continue, and then the second verb comes next. So if there's a second verb, then that's the format for it, right? So with that in mind, that was how I did this. So after cricket, det ute i Europa blev stora protester. So I changed it. You have to start with time. So this is tid. And then it's after cricket, blev. Blev is the verb. Det is the subject. De. Stora. Protesta. Ute.
Det stora.
Blev det stora protester ute in Europa. So that's the format when you start with time.
So why do you use blev? Why do you not use bleed?
Blev is what I use.
Never
A past tense, isn't it? Yeah, so after cricket, so that's past tense. So the next one is ta hand om quinona por den tiden skole banen. So to start with, they actually helped us by telling us which is the time. So por den tiden, then skole is the verb, quinona is the subject, right? Then ta on banning. So that's the format for that one. And then this one is longa streko hela sommaren dom gick. So you start with time. Hela sommaren, then gick is the verb, dom is the subject, then longa streko. So I got those ones right. Same with this one. Oh, sugar. She actually said I got this wrong, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to stop now because my husband says it's time for breakfast. And so, yeah, I will finish the rest outside of camera. But I think from now on, whenever she gives me an assignment, I will come live and do it. Frederick, do you think that's a good idea?
Yep.
So that way I'm actually not going to just go straight to ChatGPT or something. So if I was doing it with you guys watching, just like when I draw, because I do it live, I'm unable to stop and abandon it because I'm one of those people that when things start getting tough for me, I just abandon it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So every day when I come back from school, if she gives me an assignment, I'll just turn on the camera and we'll do it. And, feel free to help me out, but not like give me the answers. Because that way I want to learn by myself as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is my real life moment, and it's almost 10 o'clock. I've been up since 5 o'clock, and I started this around 5, right? 5ish. So it's been a long time now. I think it was 6 I started. 6. So yeah, so I've been doing it for so long now. So if my teacher is watching, bear this in mind when I write my final exam, that Sasha actually studies. Aside vlogging and sleeping, I actually do study. So yeah, so I will continue to do this because, man, my table is just a mess. Anyway, guys, I've got to go and eat my food now and my breakfast, and I'll see you guys later. I'll come on later to do a sketch. I've got something interesting to sketch. I was going to sketch a horse, but the spirits just possessed me this morning, and then I saw something else that I want to try out. So fingers crossed, that's what I'm still coming on to do. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for your comments, and I just want to give a shout out to Beverly. Thank you guys. Thanks to Mike as well. Thank you for your comments. Thanks to Game Bro for your comments. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later. And take care. Bye bye. Bye.